Am I the a-hole for telling my boyfriend I'll break up with him if he doesn't start wiping his butt? I, 26F, have been dating my boyfriend, 27M, for almost a year. We moved in together 3 months ago, and for the most part, things have been fine. He's funny, smart, we have good chemistry, and we share similar goals for the future. That said, there's been a problem. A really gross, ridiculous problem. When we first moved in, I noticed that he never had toilet paper rolls in his bathroom. We have a 2-bathroom setup and tend to use separate ones most of the time. I figured maybe he used wipes or something else. But then I started noticing smells. Like, awful smells. Sometimes his laundry would stink in a very specific way. I thought maybe it was just bad hygiene in general, so I brought it up. He got really defensive and basically told me to drop it. Eventually, after too many suspiciously stained boxers and just a level of funk no grown man should be walking around with, I asked him point blank, "Do you wipe after you poop?" He shrugged and said, "Nah, wiping is kinda gay. Why would I touch my own ass?" I thought he was joking. I laughed. He didn't. Turns out, he legitimately believes that wiping makes you gay and that real men just let it fall out and go about their day. I told him that's not only stupid but also incredibly unhygienic, and honestly, it's making me feel physically sick to be near him sometimes. He said I was being judgmental and that I should accept him for who he is. I told him I draw the line at poop. I said if he didn't start wiping and taking basic hygiene seriously, I'd have to reconsider the relationship. He's now sulking and accusing me of being shallow, saying I'm prioritizing societal expectations over true love. He even texted me a link to a men's rights subreddit post about how wiping is emasculating. Now I'm wondering, am I the a-hole for threatening to break up with my boyfriend over something as small as wiping? Update, 11 days later. Hey again. I wanted to give an update because, well, it happened. I broke up with him. And it was somehow even messier than I expected, no pun intended. I sat him down and told him I couldn't do this anymore. I explained everything calmly, that it wasn't just about wiping, but about respect, for me, for himself, and for any space we shared. That I was exhausted from living in constant secondhand filth. That I genuinely couldn't picture a future with someone who refused to do the most basic thing to stay clean. He stared at me in silence for a few seconds, then laughed. Like, this weird fake laugh. Then he got super defensive and said, "Wow, so I guess you never actually cared about me. This is what ends us? Over wiping?" I told him it wasn't just that, it was the fact that I asked him, repeatedly, to do something extremely reasonable, and he chose not to. Over and over. He folded his arms and said, "I'm not changing who I am just to make you comfortable." I said, "I'm not asking you to change your personality. I'm asking you to not smell like shit." That's when it got dramatic. He stood up, threw his keys on the couch, and said, "You're just like everyone else, judgmental and shallow." Then he packed a duffel bag like he was storming out of a movie, grabbing random stuff like a pair of mismatched socks, 2 deodorants, the irony, and a frozen burrito from the freezer. Before he left, he looked at me and said, "You'll regret this. You'll never find another guy like me." And I just said, "That's kind of the point." He slammed the door so hard a picture fell off the wall. He's texted me a few times since, mostly passive-aggressive stuff like "hope your next guy wipes and lies to you about it" and "real men don't fold for toilet paper." I haven't responded. Since he left, I've deep cleaned the apartment, burned a candle, and done 5 loads of laundry. I cannot tell you how amazing it feels to sit on a couch and not wonder if it's been in contact with poop. Anyway. Thank you all for the push I needed. You were right. I don't need to fix someone who thinks basic hygiene is optional. I need someone who's already a damn adult. Like and follow for more.